I'm Kaylee, and this is my TBR for the June Journeys with Inklings Readathon. I can't believe that the readathon is only a week away. I have been planning this for like the last 7 months, you guys. I've been planning and making lists and figuring out the prompts, and I even designed a map. I have been just thinking about this readathon and planning for this readathon for so long, and now it is finally here. The only thing you need to do to participate in the June Journeys with Inklings Readathon is read a book from the Inklings or about the Inklings or in some way related to the Inklings. But if you want to, you can follow the epic hero's journey as you do each of the reading prompts. You can double up on the prompts, or you just don't have to do them at all, or you can do some of them but not do others. You can also extend the readathon beyond June if you need more time to finish your reading. So let's say you wanted to read Lord of the Rings, but you feel like a month just isn't long enough. You could take the whole summer and read Lord of the Rings. Or if you wanted to read the Chronicles of Narnia or the Space Trilogy, you could read a couple of those in June and then read some more of it later in the year. Although I have had quite a long time to plan my TBR for what I actually am going to be reading in June, and to plan how I want to try to fulfill each of the reading prompts, it was really just today that I finally finalized exactly what I'm going to read. Because I kept waffling back and forth between several different options, but I have finally settled on what my TBR is going to be in June. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to this channel if you're excited about seeing more Inklings content in June. And be sure to follow me over on Goodreads and Storygraph and all the places. I have a few little surprises planned for everybody in June, which I hope you guys will enjoy. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you can see all of the fun stuff that is coming up in June. And be sure to use the hashtag InklingsInJune if you post a video or some kind of content about the readathon. And be sure to tag me in any videos that you post so that I can see everybody else's TBRs and just be able to share in the delightful bookish goodness that is going to be happening in June. Without further ado, let's get into the TBR. So the first reading prompt is to encounter a wise mentor. And for this one, you have to read the Bible. I already read the Bible every single day. So this is a very easy prompt because, I'm already doing it. Right now, I am finishing up 2 Timothy. And so in June, I'll probably be reading through Titus and Philemon and Hebrews. So I've just been reading through the New Testament, and I'll just continue right along with my daily Bible reading. The second prompt is to research the ancient legends. For this one, you read a nonfiction Inkling book or essay. For this one, I'm going to read Weight of Glory by C.S. Lewis. I can't believe that I've gone all these years. I've read so much else from C.S. Lewis, and somehow I just never read Weight of Glory yet. So this one also fits another reading prompt, which is to discover hidden magic, read a new to you Inkling book. So Weight of Glory fits for nonfiction, and it is new to me. So this compilation that is titled Weight of Glory also includes other essays and like radio addresses and lectures and stuff. So it includes Weight of Glory, Learning in Wartime, Why I Am Not a Pacifist, Transposition, Is Theology Poetry? Interesting. The Inner Ring, Membership, On Forgiveness, and A Slip of the Tongue. I'm really excited to dive in with this one. The next prompt is to set out on your quest. Read a fiction Inkling book or novella or short story. So for this one, I'm going to be rereading Lord of the Rings for like the 8th or 9th time. I've completely lost track of how many times I've reread Lord of the Rings. But this will be my first time reading it with an audiobook. I've gotten the audiobook that is narrated by Andy Serkis, and I am very excited to see how Andy Serkis will bring this very familiar story to life. So for those who don't know, Andy Serkis was the voice of Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movies. So we already know that he's just a phenomenal voice actor. And I'm just so interested to see how is he going to voice these different characters? I feel like he would probably be really good at bringing the comedy kind of more to the forefront in Lord of the Rings. So I am just beyond excited to see how Andy Serkis is going to amaze me with these audiobooks. Now, altogether, for all 3 books of the trilogy, the audiobook is 65 hours long. Now, even considering that I'm probably going to listen to it at least at 1.5 speed, it's probably going to be somewhere around 45 to 50 hours. Although I typically listen to audiobooks on really high speeds, I feel like I don't want to do that with this one. I don't want to blaze through it. I want to take my time and really enjoy it. So I probably will not finish that in June. That's just a lot of audiobook hours. So my goal is to finish at least Fellowship of the Ring in June, which is 22 hours, and then finish listening to Two Towers probably in July, and then finish listening to Return of the King in August. So this one is going to be just a summer goal to finish these audiobooks of The Lord of the Rings. The next prompt is to rescue the damsel to read some poetry by the Inklings. Now, technically, because The Lord of the Rings includes poetry, then this prompt would already have been fulfilled just from reading Lord of the Rings. However, it has just been years and years since I have reread the poetry collection, Adventures of Tom Bombadil, and I decided, you know what, it's just time for a reread. So in this edition of the Tolkien Reader, we have at the very end, this last little bit is The Adventures of Tom Bombadil. It says, The Adventures of Tom Bombadil and other verses from the Red Book. I just love that they pretend like, oh, Bilbo wrote these or something, or Frodo wrote these poems. And this edition has illustrations by Pauline Baynes, which are absolutely beautiful. So my favorites out of this collection are Princess Me, which is very prettily illustrated here, and Errantry. I just love Errantry. I don't know, the lyricism of it, the words just drip off your tongue like honey. It's just so lovely. So I'm really looking forward to revisiting these favorites in June. Our next prompt is to restore a magical sword. Read a book influenced by the Inklings or that influenced the Inklings. For this one, I've chosen A Book Dragon. This is by Dawn Kushner. Apparently, this is about a dragon who is guarding a beautifully illuminated manuscript. But then the dragon is trapped inside the manuscript by some sort of magic. And when he's released 600 years later into a modern world, shenanigans ensue. I have to say, this is giving me a little bit of like a Farmer Giles of Ham kind of vibe. I don't know, it might be completely different, but something about it, I don't know, something, maybe the illustrations or the cover or something, it's giving me that kind of Farmer Giles of Ham, just very comedic and kind of dealing with serious subjects in a very silly way. Then we have the prompt to defeat the Dark Lord. For this one, you have to watch a screen adaptation of an Inkling book or a film about their lives or something. So I've decided to watch the 2019 movie Tolkien. I've heard both good and bad about this one, and I finally decided, you know what? It's been several years, so maybe it's time to just sit down and watch it finally. Leave me a comment and let me know if you've watched that one or if you have enjoyed it. Should I be prepared for the worst, or is it not too bad? And our last prompt is to fulfill the prophecy by reading a book about the Inklings or their work. For this one, I have On the Shoulders of Hobbits. This is by Louis Marcos. So this book talks about all the different virtues that are explored, not just in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but he also mentions the Chronicles of Narnia as well. So we have several different sections. The first one is the road, so kind of responding to the call. And then we have the classical virtues, courage, temperance, wisdom, the justice of the king. Then there's a section for the theological virtues, so friendship, faith, hope, love. And then the last section is actually about evil, vices. So forbidden fruit, perversion, corruption. This one looks really interesting. I just love books that dive deeper into the themes and how they are so beautifully explored in these fantasy stories that we love. Whenever I read a book like this, I come away with a much deeper appreciation for the genius of Lewis and Tolkien and all that they accomplished. And those are the books that I'm planning to read for the June Journeys with Inklings Readathon. But I do have one more thing that I'm going to be doing in June For my birthday, my brother gave me this Lord of the Rings themed puzzle, and it's actually a scene of Radagast's home. Let me see. His home is called Roscubel, and you can see there's Radagast in the background, and we see like a chicken coop back there and some beehives in the background. This is just such a lovely, peaceful scene of nature. I just love this art from Ted Nasmith, or however you say it. So I'm definitely going to enjoy doing this puzzle while I listen to Lord of the Rings on audiobook. And I'll definitely do a clip showing this puzzle so that you can see the final result. I'll probably just include that in my Readathon wrap-up at the end of June. Please leave a comment and let me know, what are you planning to read for the June Journeys with Inklings Readathon? And like me, are you doing anything else that is Inkling related during June, like doing a puzzle or some sort of, Chronicles of Narnia craft, or is there something else Inkling related that you're doing that is not necessarily, one of the prompts for the Readathon, but just something else fun that you're doing? We would love to hear about it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.